welcome. Good afternoon. Welcome to Twin Cities Business's Minnesota Family Business Conversation Series. I'm Allison Kaplan. I'm editor-in-chief of Twin Cities Business. Thank you on behalf of everyone from the magazine. We're so thrilled that you've chosen to spend this snowy lunch hour with us today. Aren't we glad we're all not commuting? At least that's one upside to working from home. Well, today is the second in our 5-week series highlighting our 2020 Family Business Award honorees. They're featured in the September-October issue of Twin Cities Business Magazine. Hopefully you've had a chance to take a look. Those articles are online now as well at tcbmag.com. We partner at the magazine with a bunch of true experts in the field of family business dynamics, and we're so pleased to bring in their expertise. You're going to hear from one of them later on. Each year, our judging committee helps us select companies that are not only financially strong, but have a transition plan, have a legacy, have proven they can work together to create something enduring. And that is something we can all be inspired by, whether or not you're working with your own relatives. For those of you joining us today, feel free to use the comment section on your screen to ask questions throughout this event. We'll try to get to as many of those as we can. Before I introduce today's guest, I'd like to briefly thank our sponsors, all of whom are strong advocates for family business. Hubler for Family Businesses, Frederickson and Byron, the University of St. Thomas Business Center, and the Platinum Group. You'll hear more insights today from Steve Coleman of the Platinum Group a little later in our program. Well, today we're going to speak with Paula Gamer, president of Gamer Packaging, one of our 2020 Minnesota Family Business Award winners. Before we meet Paula, I want you to learn a little more about Gamer Packaging. Our video production partner, Studio 120, put together this presentation, this video, to give you a little glimpse into the world of Gamer Packaging.
My father's the CEO of Gamer Packaging. My grandfather is the chairman of the board, and my mother is the president. We've been in business for over 30 years. My father was, I believe, the 4th or 5th employee that came on. So he's got a lot of years under his belt and a lot of experience working with some of the partners that we've been with for over 3 decades now.
This company started with my father in 1987, but he'd been in packaging sales since 1965 to 1980, working as a glass salesperson for Anchor Glass. In 1980, he got into distribution sales, worked for a couple different companies, and was a branch manager in Minneapolis. And he decided that he knew the P&L, he saw the gross profit statement, and he went to my mother and said, you know what, I think I can do this on my own. They put the house on the block for a line of credit, and he started his deal in 1987. You know, we sell a lot of custom packaging, so we design a lot of packaging, whether it's a bottle or a cap or anything, and then find somebody to build it for us.
I was in the computer business many years ago when I first met Kenny, and we were both on a sales call at 3M and met in the lobby of 3M. He was, of course, selling packaging, and I was selling laptop computers.
My mom is the most important person in my life, no question about it. I, like any child, you know, you grow up with struggles. She was my #1 fan to give me advice. To say she was a perfect parent, that she probably would argue that she wasn't as well, but my mother is my most important rock in my life.
Joey runs 1,000,000 miles a minute. He has a lot of ideas. He really brings a fresh energy. It's just been a delight to have here.
My father, just like my mother, has been an absolute role model in my life. I don't think I would be working at Gamer Packaging if I hadn't grown up in the household seeing him go to the office every single day.
We have 60 employees, families, counting on us to be successful. So we make sure that we always put them first. In every decision we look at it, how does this affect the employee?
The most important thing to me is, because we're in distribution, so we're in the middle and we deal with suppliers and we deal with customers, I feel that our job is to be the easiest company to work with, or the easiest salespeople to work with, or the easiest whatever to work with. We have to answer the question every day.
The importance for us to understand those core cultural values that got us here in the first place and maintaining those as we continue to grow is going to be really important to the success we have in the future.
Well, now it is my pleasure to welcome Paula Gamer. Hi, Paula.
Hi.
Thank
Hi,
you
Ellie.
thank you for joining us. I mean, you know you're doing something right when your son says you're the most important person in his life. So props to
Aw,
you.
Yeah,
I
that
want to
was
just tell everybody a little bit about you. Paula is currently president and board member of Gamer Packaging, based here in Minneapolis, along with her husband, Kenny, who you just saw on the video. He's CEO. They manage the day-to-day operations of their packaging distribution business. They're on track to surpass 120 million in revenue in 2020. Paula and Kenny have welcomed their oldest son, who you met as well in the video, into the business last February. And Paula says she thrives on creating a happy and fulfilled environment. She loves seeing others' potential beyond the present. When not in the office, you'll find Paula and Kenny up in their northern Minnesota lake home with their crew of four-legged friends. Do they come to the office too, Paula?
No, they don't. I'd love to have them here, but it is a benefit of working from home. Then we can be around the animals.
Right, you've got enough going on there. So one of the things that really fascinated me, Paula, in reading the profile in the magazine is that for 20 plus years, your husband was working in the business and you were at home raising your kids, 3 kids.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm sure managing or weighing in from the sidelines, I'm going to guess. You had maybe a couple of opinions, but
did.
you then joined the business like nearly 20 years after your husband. So what was that like? Had you always planned on going to work once your kids were old enough?
No. So when I left my career to raise our 3 children, I wasn't sure I'd ever go back into the workplace, but I loved that I could still be around business. And we talked about business all the time. So even when I wasn't an active participant in the business, we were always talking about it. So, and because I love business, I just love being around it. But what is I feel so lucky is that when the kids didn't need me so much at home, I was able to step back into a career. And as you know, so many mothers that leave the workforce don't have that option, or it's very difficult to come back. So I was immediately able to come back, and I just started with, well, let's play with the website a little bit, or let's try this line card, or let's try this event around the office. And just slowly, it just kept going, and before you know it, I'm here all the time, and I love it.
So what was that transition like, though? I mean, with your husband, there's a fine art, obviously, to balancing a marriage and running a business together. And as you sort of dipped a toe in, and then a whole foot, and then the other foot, how did that go? I imagine your husband was obviously very supportive. Was he the one who was like, "We need you"?
Um, he let me take the lead that I wanted to do it, and then he saw the value I was adding, quite honestly, and then he wanted more. And it's like, you come in, and then we started driving in together and driving home together, and we just really liked it. And we're not in the office like seeing each other all day. I mean, he's in his office, I'm in mine, and we could potentially go almost all day without seeing each other. And we'll be working on different projects. But it's so nice, the support that we can give each other, and we really understand what's going on. Like if he's crabby at home one night, I know that it's not because of me, because I know the bad thing that happened at the office that day that's making him crabby. And and vice versa. And we're able to support each other like that. So if anything, I think he's come to see me as a support system here.
And when you made it official, your position, were you like president or nothing, or how did that go?
No, actually, when I first started just kind of dipping my toe in the water, I wasn't even taking a salary. And then I started doing more and more. And then finally, our accountant said, Paula's probably working enough. We really need to be paying her something. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I was just doing this because I liked it. And then it was about a year and a half ago that I said, you know what? I think I should be president. He said, you know what? I do too. So that's how that went. It was no problem.
That's neat. So what about the kids? I imagine they grew up knowing the business, seeing the business, going to the business, but what was that like? And were you hoping that one or more of them would want to go into business with you?
When they were little, I didn't even think that way. One really funny story. So one day, I'm stay-at-home mom, and I at that point I just had my two boys, and Joey was like 4 at the time, and we come in, and one of our employees who's still with us today, Joey walked in the office. He goes, "Oh, there's my future boss." And we just laughed. And who would ever think that 21 years later, Joey's working with us? Well, he's still not the boss, but he is here, and we're so excited about it. So yeah, I mean, I guess as they got older, it'd be like, boy, this would be really neat for them to come into this business, but we didn't want to force anyone to do it. And I thought it was we all thought it was really important that they go to work for someone else first. Just so that when they did come into the business, first of all, they had credibility with all our employees that this was someone that was employable by someone else. I always think too that they either need to be promoted at that first employer or be with them for a period of time so that you can see the value that someone else put in to your child, and to know that they are going to be able to participate and add something when they come on board. So so far it's been good.
I think that's great. What do you think you taught your children about business, or what do you think they gained from seeing a business, operating throughout their lives?
I think they probably saw passion, and that we had such passion for what we do. And we're always talking about our employees. They would know our employees' names, and, doesn't that one have a kid, blah, blah, blah. I mean, so we talk about our employees. Gamer Packaging, so we have 3 children, but Gamer Packaging really is our 4th child. And all the employees here are like extended family. And our kids, they hear all the stories, and they know these people.
Yeah, that's so nice. It just sort of sets the tone for the whole company. So let's talk a little bit about the company. Let's talk about what you do. I mean, basically you walk through any grocery store and you can say, we did that package, we did that package. Is that what it's like for you?
Yes, and it makes going to the grocery store really interesting. So, I'll see, Joey or Kenny are like overlooking at a jar trying to see who made it, or but yeah, you walk through Target or any liquor store or grocery store, and any product on the shelf is a product that we could have been involved with. So we work with the manufacturers of these products, and we help them source great packaging. And we have suppliers and manufacturers all over the world. And if we can't find something that just meets their needs perfectly, then we'll use our engineering staff, and we'll engineer and design custom packaging and select a manufacturer to make that for our customer.
Are there certain trends right now, types of packaging, materials?
Well, there's a lot with, we're all very concerned about the environment, so recyclability. And so we're really we have a little task force put together to try to find the most recyclable and environmentally friendly packaging that we can. That would probably be the biggest trend at this point for us.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite? I mean, I'm sure they're all your babies and you love them all, but like, is there one that you're really proud of, or?
Oh God, I don't know. Yeah, they're all pretty good. Lately, we've had a real success in the a personal care aisle at Target. So there's a couple over at Target that we're really excited about, Ray and Sunbomb, to name a few. And when a new display goes up, you know, then there we are. And with Joey at Target, I'm like, here, take a picture of me by this display. And I'm sure other people think we're crazy, but it's fun.
But it's all the details of product development that the customer might not be thinking about, and all of the steps along the way. It's not just the product, it's what are you going to put the product in? What does the label look like? How does it look on the shelf?
Absolutely. And how does their product affect the material used? I mean, for example, in beverage cans, when we started doing a lot in the cider industry, cider is more acidic. So we found that it was eating through certain liners in beverage cans. So if it's a hard cider or cider customer, we're going to recommend one kind of can versus if it's another can that has, or a product that has no acidity. Or if it's a carbonated beverage, depending on the carbonation level is going to determine what kind of closure we can put on that package. So it's not rocket science by any means, but there is some science behind it. And you do have to know what you're talking about. And our salespeople, and they're so great. I mean, they understand all this and they really have become experts. So we have people that just sell in the beverage industry and they know that industry. We have other ones that work just in healthcare or personal products, and they know those products, and we need to use this kind of closure, or we just can add a technical piece and help our suppliers, our customers, guide them in what kind of product they should be looking for to package in.
That's the name of the game. Well, congratulations on the success you're having. I know you're seeing growth even at this challenging time.
Yeah.
So where is the growth? Has it just been steady, or is it a certain category or element of the business where you're really seeing success right now?
Really across the board, because you know, most of the customers we work with are essential businesses. They're providing, you know, food and beverage and items for people staying home. So unfortunately for all our people in the hospitality industry, you know, people aren't eating out and they're not drinking a beer out of a keg at a bar. They're at home and they're eating pasta sauce out of a jar, or, you know, drinking a beverage, you know, single serve beverage. And those are all products that we represent. So our customers have been so busy. And like I said, they're essential workers. And our team has been working overtime to try to get our customers, keeping them in business. I mean, and not running out of packaging and stopping their line. But we've been seeing growth because believe it or not, we didn't even know we were doing this, but I think we've been preparing for a pandemic for over 30 years.
So
Because my father-in-law, Ron Gamer, started this business with one strong core belief, and that was that suppliers are gold. If we don't have great suppliers supplying great product, we don't have anything to offer our customers. So our customers, of course, are very important to us, but our suppliers are almost more important because, again, we need quality manufacturers making quality product. So because we look at our suppliers not like as a customer or we're doing them a favor, they are a true partner of ours. We foster these relationships. Really, we treat them like gold. So now we get into a situation with the pandemic and there's all sorts of supply chain constraints. And sometimes we get the tiebreaker with the suppliers. It's like, should we sell this to Gamer Packaging or to one of these competitors over here? And more often than not, they're choosing to supply Gamer Packaging because of the relationship that we've built over the last 30 years. And these are our friends, these are our partners. So
well, that's a great insight, and makes you feel proud of the way that you've set up your business leading up to this challenging year.
you know, and one other thing I'll mention really quick is our employees have been asking to work from home over the past couple of years. And, you know, we've been kind of like this real, you know, conservative business. No, you come into the office. But so then we started doing one work from home day a month, and we went to two. And but we didn't have the IT infrastructure set up to get everyone working from home whenever they want. Everyone didn't have a laptop, so we had a library checkout system for laptops. So about a year and a half ago, we made a conscious decision to get every single one of our employees a laptop over time, and to get all the back end systems working so that people could get in and do their job, get into our systems from wherever they were. And ironically enough, it was just probably last November or December that we rolled out the last couple laptops. So everyone had a laptop by the first of the year. So when the pandemic hit, we were ready. We just said stay home, and everyone was able to do their job and do it incredibly well. I wish we would have done it sooner. Actually.
That's amazing that you had done that right before. Wow. And you're finding that business is working smoothly with everybody at home.
It is, except I really feel for, we do have some things to work out. I really feel for our employees with small children at home. It is not easy, and we're trying to give everyone as much grace and leeway as possible. You know, if you need to take care of your child that I can hear crying in the background, go do that, do what you need to do. But it's really hard for these employees. I mean, my children are grown and gone, so it's easier for me. But if you have small children at home that all of a sudden can't be in school or they can't go to daycare, it's been tough. And trying to get all the boundaries set up so that you know when to start work and when to quit work. We have employees, I see they're online at 9 o'clock at night or on weekends. And so we have some things to work on to get people back to normal hours.
But I think that's one of the beautiful things about working for a family business is that you do treat everyone like your family, and you're really thinking about the whole person.
Yeah, they are family.
Lovely. Paula, thank you so much. We are so thrilled to include Gamer Packaging this year. Congratulations to you and your whole team.
And thank you. This has been such an honor. I mean, we just feel like we're just this small little, company here in Minneapolis, and we have just been really humbled by the recognition. And we thank you and the beautiful article and the video and everything you and your team have done. Thank you. It's been a blessing.
It's been lovely to get to know you. It's really uplifting. And I know we're all going to be turning over the jars the next time we're at the grocery store looking to see.
You'll be there forever. It's like it never ends. Okay.
Oh, that happens anyway. Well, Paula, thank you again to you and everyone at Gamer Packaging. And now I would like to welcome, bye Paula, I'd like to welcome Steve Coleman from the Platinum Group. Steve enjoys helping owners explore a destination for transition into next stage of life and then mapping out a pathway there. He helps owners with exit strategies, which sometimes includes planning a succession or business sabbatical. He facilitates a monthly transition forum for leaders who are wondering, what's next? So many of them want to keep contributing even after stepping down, and helping them achieve that is the most satisfying part of work for Steve. Welcome, Steve. We're happy to have you join us today. Hi, Steve.
Allison and Twin Cities Business, thank you so much for what you do year after year to celebrate. It's a privilege. It is truly a privilege for all of us who walk alongside of these family businesses to now step back, pause, and reflect, absorb. And a lot of you owners and families say, oh, shucks, I don't want to bring attention to myself. And it's not the attention, but it's the encouragement. It's the role model, the example that you set for other businesses, other family businesses. Platinum's been a sponsor for 8 years. We do this because our core values align so closely with the families that are recognized, elevated, celebrated, just like Gamer Packaging is today. And the performance that comes from having the people, the vision, the values, the culture. If you get those things in proper alignment, the financial performance follows. Paula, I will take away a nugget from your comments a few minutes ago. Suppliers are gold. And that is so true. You need to have some element of your business proposition, your value delivery that's gold, and you've very nicely identified and focused on that, and look what it's done. We have served 4 of our clients that have been honorees in past years. And what a privilege and honor it is for us to partner with the other advisors who come alongside the owners. And as you've all said in your remarks, this is not a solo deal. We need people that have gone before us, people that will come alongside of us. And so I would acknowledge how important it is to have a multidisciplinary approach of other advisors, other talented people with great experiences that can help the families and the businesses cross that threshold and arrive successfully into the next generation. And so I'd like to, again, close with a congratulation and a blessing to you and the company, the people, the wonderful people that you work with day in and day out. And for any of you that are interested in, and feel challenged or motivated by what you're experiencing in these awards, think about next year. I'll bet many of you know a family business that would be deserving and would be a welcome candidate to go through the award and honoring process. So thank you again, Gamer Packaging and Twin City Business, for the great work you do. We'll see you again next year.
Thank you, Steve. That was great. We so appreciate your expertise and support. And thank you for that shout out. It's never too soon to start thinking about nominees for next year. Well, thank you all for joining us today. Steve from Platinum Group, of course, Paula from Gamer Packaging. So much good information. Next week, join us again on Tuesday at noon. Mark your calendar. We're going to talk to Nicole Baltus, president of B&F Fastener Supply. We'll put today's conversation online as well as last week's. You can check them out at tcbmag.com, and please share them with your colleagues and coworkers. We so appreciate it. Thank you again to our sponsors, Hubler for Family Businesses, Frederickson and Byron, the University of St. Thomas Business Center, and of course, Platinum Group. And thank you all for joining us. Have a fantastic afternoon and stay safe out there in the snow. Take care.